New Zealand may have moved out of recession yesterday, but a new Ipsos poll shows the cost of living remains the top concern for Kiwis. And it appears the government is copping the blame, with its performance rating for the past 6 months falling to the lowest score recorded since 2017. But as Zane Small reports, the government is confident the vibe will change as the economy improves.
Please welcome your opening batsman, the Right Honourable Christopher Luxon, Prime Minister of New Zealand.
A grand entrance for the Prime Minister on the final stop of his trip to India, fittingly to play cricket. All padded up, the appropriate attire perhaps, as he returns home to face the impact of voter sentiment.
I think people would agree that Prime Minister has excelled on this trip, but that's not really where voters' minds are at when it comes to the ballot box.
In the latest Ipsos survey of just over 1,000 New Zealanders in February, the government's performance rating for the previous 6 months fell to the lowest score recorded since 2017. And the top concern was inflation and the cost of living. It's at 50%, down 5 points. Healthcare was the second most pressing issue, no change from last time, followed by the economy on 30%, up 2, housing on 27%, down 1, and crime 25%, down 2.
We've seen that inflation has slowed back considerably. The latest official figures show it at 2.2%. That still means that overall prices have increased. They're just not going up at the same intense pace as they had before.
New Zealanders need to see relief in this economy, so that's why we're delighted that yesterday's numbers confirm that the economy is now growing again, and we want that to accelerate.
The Ipsos poll shows that National is most trusted to manage the cost of living and the economy. But that's not the case when it comes to housing or healthcare. The poll shows Labour is most trusted to manage house prices and our public health system. In January, Shane Reti was sacked as Health Minister and Simeon Brown was brought in to try to remedy the problems.
We're going to turn this around by focusing on delivery and achieving targets.
But the biggest target of all is convincing voters that the economy is on a better path.
I'm confident that we're going to see an improving economy over the next year, which is going to make people feel better about the government too.
If that happens, the government might finally hit the mark on the issue of most concern.
Okay, Zane, from the conversations you've had, how likely is it that the government can turn this around?
Well, you heard Ben Thomas there pointing out that the Prime Minister's trip to India is largely seen as a success, reigniting those trade talks. And when the government talks about improving the economy, there are genuine positive signs. Data out today shows goods exports in February increased by $954 million compared to the same time last year, up 16%, and that's largely due to a thriving agriculture sector. But of course, the looming issue now is that the US has signalled tariffs on agricultural products from next month. And we'll have to wait and see if Foreign Minister Winston Peters was able to convince the Americans in Washington that we are deserving of an exemption.